Welcome to another video. You'll have to excuse my voice. I've got a bit of a sore throat, but I thought it was time to do another rundown of what I've added to my Depeche Mode collection. So let's start with some CDs. And first of all, from Australia, this was released in 1990. This is a Broken Frame CD, just the album. There's no extra tracks on it. I can tell it's from Australia because it's got the Liberation logo on it a couple of times. This is a re-release, so it's not the original CD release. Quite a plain disc, and the inlay card is pretty basic as well. It's not very well printed either. I do find this with Australian releases. No offence, Australia. Very plain, sort of black and white printing. At least the staples aren't rusted, and you get that quite a bit sometimes on older CDs. And it's got a bit of a date to it because it's got the compact disc information sheet on, which generally dates it around late 80s, early 90s. So they stopped doing that after a while. And then jumping ahead, rather, from 2006 is the remastered, copy protected CD of Music for the Masses from Europe. So it's got the copy protection logo and writing there. And again, no extra tracks, unfortunately, even though they could have put some extra tracks on. Even the standard album release in the UK originally had a couple of extra remixes on the end of it. But nope. The CD itself looks very much like the collector's CD. Very plain with the little logo on. And the inlay card is very much the same as ever, although it has got the kind of collector's edition or re-release blurb from Daniel Miller. And then some extra photos actually that you didn't get in the original. There's the original photo set. And we've got some lyrics, more photos. And yes, you can probably tell by the way I'm breathing, I'm quite bummed up today, so sorry about that, I've got a bit of a cold. Any more photos? Yes, last set there. So very much peak Depeche Mode. And then Playing the Angel, I've got Discogs open on the other screen just so I can tell. Oh, this is, yeah, obviously, yeah, I should have just looked at it. This is from the US, so very familiar to most US viewers. You can tell it's got the FBI warning on the back. The badge. Apart from that, pretty standard looking CD. It's got the Reprise logo on it because they were doing them on Reprise at that time in the US. And then the inlay. That's almost Exciter photography, but no, it isn't. So there's lyrics in here as well. I'm just showing you the photos. They're just white on black lyrics. So that's quite a standard one for anybody in the US. Obviously, it's a bit more collectible for here in where I am in the UK. And then what else do I have? Some Great Reward. Oh, this is on labels. Yeah, so there's a labels logo there, the little L. And that means it's a French CD. I was going to say no barcode. There's usually a barcode here, but in fact the barcode's here. I think this is a re-release. It's not dated in Discogs. I expect it is by the look of it. And the telltale really, apart from the labels on the back, is it's got Bell. VIEM logo there as well. I'm not expecting a great deal from the inlay card, to be honest. I might be surprised, but I'm not. No, there's no photography. So it mimics the vinyl inner, really, with the kind of blueprint diagrams and the lyrics. No photographs in this one. And again, the CD information thing in French this time. So that's kind of quite run-of-the-mill stuff actually, but apart from the Australian one, for me anyway, in the UK. And the more interesting CD that I got, I've been wanting to get for quite some time, is World in My Eyes, Happiest Girl, Sea of Sin promo CD. So this is CD Bong 20R. And it's got the Ferrin spanner sticker on, which is always nice to have. I think this might be the first promo I've got with the Ferrin spanner sticker on, actually. They were a major promotion company in the UK, I think. So there's no outside sleeve on this, it's just the orange CD. So on to vinyl, and what I did over the holiday period is I had a good old scan of eBay looking for anything unusual, 7 inches. Having that success with the Enjoy the Silence promo egged me on to go through pages and pages of eBay listings of 7 inches to see if anything stood out. And I did find a couple of things. They're not exciting promos, but they're still collectible to me. So the first one is Stripped But Not Tonight 7 inch. It's in a very rough sleeve, as you can see, but the disc inside is plays very nicely, and is the Scandinavian release. So it's got NCB BIM written on the label. This is from 1986, so it's the original release from Scandinavia. So it's got Stripped on one side, But Not Tonight on the other. Nice clean disc, no scratches, plays lovely, and it was being sold as a kind of just a box standard UK 7 inch, and therefore, cost me a couple of quid. Saves on import duties from Scandinavia. Not that I'm actively seeking Scandinavian 7 inches, but anyway, here's another one. It's called Heart, which has got the first version of Fly on the Windscreen on the B-side. And this is also from Scandinavia, so again, quite a plain white paper label with black text with the NCB logo on, and this is from 1985, so again it is not a re-release, it's the original release, and again it plays great. There's always this little kind of weird sort of half black dot at the bottom of these labels, which looks like a mistake, but I don't think it is, because it's so regular on all these Scandi 7 inches that I see. So just part of the makeup of that country's pressing. And then to kind of go with the World in My Eyes CD, I did splurge, and this is probably the standout. This will probably be the thumbnail. This is the standout item for this video, which is World in My Eyes, Happiest Girl, Sea of Sin, numbered white label promo. And this is just a paper sticker that's stuck on. The sleeve itself was quite grubby to begin with. I cleaned it up as best I can because it has some quite obvious ring wear and shelf wear. And the way I got rid of the ring wear marks is using a normal sort of pencil eraser. I got that tip from the We Buy Records podcast, and it's pretty good. As long as you don't rub too hard. You don't want to be rubbing the gloss finish off or anything. But it came up quite well. The disc itself is pretty much an off-white white label. I could describe it as a cream label. So there's no P or R in the catalogue number of this. It is just down as 12 Bong 20 in Discogs, but obviously it's not the normal production release. And it's got World in My Eyes Oil Tank Mix on, Happiest Girl Kisser Mix, and Sea of Sin Sensoria Mix. And they are actually different mixes to what is on the promo CD. That's got the 7 inch version of World in My Eyes on, Happiest Girl Jack Mix, and Sea of Sin Tonal Mix. And then staying 12 inch sized, but actual albums. A couple of quite standard ones actually. This is one that you can get hold of quite easy. This is the Legacy re-release. Let me take it out of there. It's going to be just as shiny. It's very shiny, glossy, very nice package. It's the Legacy re-release of Speak and Spell. that corner crimp looks worse on camera than it actually is. You just notice that. They've stuck Dreaming of Me on the end of it. Wasn't on the original album, but it's nice to have that there. And you can see it's released. It's got Legacy and Sony and the modern Mute logos on. This came out in 2016. Has been touted as the best vinyl version you can get of Speak and Spell. Sounds okay to me. You can. There are limitations, obviously, in the source because it's such an old record. Yeah, so it's got the interview there and the lyrics, the fun Vince Clarke, mostly written by Vince Clarke, nonsense lyrics of the first album, and it's got a plain insert with just the Crown logo at the bottom there, and the disc itself trying to look very similar to the original release with the Crown on. Put a bunch of modern logos on, so it's a heavy vinyl. Obviously it's a new vinyl, so it plays near silent. Yeah, and there's always something new to hear on these different pressings, and yeah, I enjoyed listening to it. It's a good version. Is it the best ever pressing? I don't know, I haven't really got the ears for it. And then finally, really box standard, if you're in the US, it's got the hype sticker on. Features the hit single People Are People, Some Great Reward. So, the fourth album, am I right? Yep, fourth album. From the US, I'm pulling faces. Yeah, it's the Allied record pressing from 1984. And the reason I'm pulling the face is because I've listened to this, and boy, if ever there was an advert for listening to albums on CD back in 1984, could you get CDs in 1984? Maybe not me, you'd have to wait. It's on Sire, it's an Allied pressing, also available on cassette, so not available on CD, so you would have to wait. Yeah, the sound quality's not great. Nice inlay with the typical longer bit on the back to help you get the record out. Lyrics there. And a very box standard Sire logoed yellow label. The quality. It's just got a lot of sibilance on all the S's. Something to do, for instance. Oh my god. Yeah. If I could make up a story to say, you know, that's why Martin Gore named his one of his projects, then, you know, maybe he did. Can't recommend getting this, but, you know, this is kind of the album that most people got in the US, so you're stuck with it. Get a reissue if you're into the vinyl. This one's really only for collectors, just so they can say they've got the, I think it's an original release of the album, 1984, yeah, I guess so. That's it for another video. I'll try and keep them coming regularly. They may not be weekly because I'm just not spending that much money or time on my Depeche Mode collection this year. It's not a New Year's resolution, it's just I'm slowing down. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, and I know a lot of people who are watching haven't, it would be great if you could. That would really help me out. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.